There we go. Today we're reacting to Kerbal Scuffed program by martincitopants. This dude.
Hello again, Jeb here.
Hi Jeb.
Today, we'll be playing the greatest space disaster simulator to ever hit virtual store shelves. A game dedicated to constructing your own grand scientific endeavors, like how many Kerbals makes up an adequate crush space for this lander. A game that requires full activation of your frontal lobe. A game where ethics, morality, and the safety
Not gonna lie, that monkey hitting the PC is me with this laptop most of the times. I'm like, just work, damn it.
of your subjects take a backseat to science, exploration, and getting that bread. And a game where the inevitable catastrophic failure is often better than the mission itself. You may think that NASA has had some pretty terrible disasters over the years, but they have nothing on the Bean space program's preliminary rocket testing. This little guy made some poor decisions with the last remaining fuel, and has just been sitting here on his space chair, all alone, orbiting the sun. And he's been here for the last 78 years.
Poor lad. Well, honestly, it seems like a fairly good time to spend the last 78 years of your life.
You might be wondering where I am right now. Well, I'm not on Kerbal. I'm also not on the moon. I'm not on Lunar or Eve. Not Dres, Bop, or Pole. Not even Tylo. Dickhead. I'm on a planet very, very far away. A planet orbiting an entirely different star to our own. An exoplanet. Proxima Centauri b. Hold on a minute.
Proxima Centauri b.
You might also be wondering how I got here.
Hi, I'm Ryan. You're probably wondering how I got here.
Well, it's quite a long story. We've got rockets, massive catastrophic explosions, intense nuclear radiation, antimatter containment, orb.
Orb.
Touchy.
Oh no. He's gone. Is that the fucking sun, bro?
And encounters with KSP's Deep Space Kraken. So buckle up, fuckos, cause today we're going to the stars.
Bean space. Hard. Hard. You saw that right. He's going hard mode.
But before we begin, some rules.
Oh man,
as you probably know, KSP only has this star, and no real means of getting to any others, which means we'll need to add some mods. I'd like to demonstrate to both my PC and myself the concept of no pain, no gain. So today we're...
It's literally me with streaming. I'd like to demonstrate to myself and to my laptop. No pain, no gain.
Jamming as many mods as physically possible into the game. How many, you may be asking? Well, this many. Lots if you're a new player, but really not that many if you're a true blue KSP gamer. As
Jesus.
A side note,
That's a lot of mods. Hell, I thought I had enough mods trying to play like Dragon Age and like The Sims.
I tried desperately to get Realism Overhaul and Real Solar System to work properly with some form of progression to the warp drive, which is the only propulsion system that is actually fun to use for going interstellar distances. This would have made for an interesting challenge, as Earth is about 10 times larger than Kerbal, and much, much harder to orbit. What actually happened was I ended up with a horrible, unplayable, covered mess.
Piss.
Okay. Finally, the way you're meant to play these mods is with RP1, a modified tech tree and contract system. However, this did not include a path to warp drive technology, so instead I used the community tech tree and hoped it would work. It didn't. Burn time, I guess. Alright, we gotta light it immediately. Oh no! It's alright.
Oh man, there goes your engines, bud.
Oh my god, no.
Whee!
Are you kidding me? No, I remember why I don't like this shoot. Because it's just a drogue shoot. It's not an actual parachute. Oh my god. Oh no.
Whee!
I'm sure getting warp drive to work in this mode while keeping the game playable is possible, but I clearly lack this KSP knowledge. So no Earth. Back to Kerbal. The mods that I actually have added add all sorts of cool and good stuff. New parts, new features, new planets, tweaks to science, and
realism. Oh.
For actually getting to the other stars, we have acquired the warp drive. This way we'll get there within a few weeks instead of 800 years. Also,
Oh, 800
warp drives
years.
are cool. Okay, let us begin. So, it looks like we have a long road ahead of us. Our fledgling space program starts with a couple of bucks, some brave Kerbonauts, and several ex-war criminal rocket scientists. Our first rocket only has access to very basic parts. To access better parts, we must perform research and collect valuable data. In case you forgot, we have an exceedingly large pile of mods, meaning the tech tree now expands very nice and far. This is
That's a
good
big tech
because
tree.
it gives us much more time for things to go terribly wrong. The warp drive itself is all the way at the end for a cool 28,000 science points.
Oof.
Our first technologies cost 5. Anyway,
Nice.
enough babbling. On to constructing. Our
Constructing.
first rocket has one goal. To tackle this great...
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Great challenge, the Bean space program has created the most powerful nugget to ever be launched.
Nugget.
Its name, Obama Prism.
I don't even know why I found that so funny. It was a spelling error.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Up. Whee! Now, is it gonna land okay, or is it gonna blow up? Hey!
Very good. Great success. But how?
That is
Alright,
a big
class.
question.
Listen up. Today, we're talking about solid rocket boosters.
Oh.
Our great and powerful vehicle, Obama Prism, uses a wee little solid rocket booster to propel itself upwards. But what is a solid rocket booster? Well, a solid rocket booster is a booster that uses a solid fuel.
Oh.
I know. I wouldn't have figured that one out either. The solid fuel is made up of an oxidizing agent and a fuel. Think of it like
It looks like chocolate ice cream.
a high-powered explosive that explodes gently. When it's lit, the rocket burns this fuel and creates a very hot gas.
Hot,
Now,
hot.
Kevin, please remind the class about Newton's third law. Every action... Okay, Kevin, I'm gonna need you to be quiet. I did not ask. Anyway, Newton at one point was like, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Basically, push on something, and the thing pushes back. Simple. So, when the hot gas shoots out one end, what happens to the rocket? It goes forward. Shut up, Kevin! It goes forward in the opposite direction of the gas, thus creating thrust.
Thrust.
So, when we smash that spacebar, the rocket goes up. Incredible.
Wow.
Class dismissed.
Launch 2.
So, we've done our first launch, got our first bit of science, and completed our first contract.
Nice.
Very good. Next step is to leave the atmosphere of Kerbal and hopefully make it back in one piece.
Oh.
To do this, we'll need to create the most powerful rocket ever built. Obama Prism 2.
Oh.
It's a very complex and intricately engineered rocket.
2.
We get Obama Prism 1, then attach 4 more boosters to it. Engineer. The boosters have no decouplers between them, so to get them to separate, we'll use the next booster to explode the spent booster. You'll see what I mean. Let's launch.
Mhm.
On our second great journey, we are once again launching our best and bravest pilot, Jeb. He's been around since the very beginning, along with Bill and Bob. A true staple of the
Jebediah. Got
KSP
it.
universe.
Whee!
Jeb is the first Kerbalnaut any aspiring program manager launches. He's also the bravest the entire program has to offer, smiling in the face of even the greatest catastrophe, and he's dead.
Yeah, R.I.P. Jeb. You were the bravest of us. I'm gonna need a moment. Peace Jeb killed him in Mach 2 collision with water.
To those who have played this game before, you may just say, oh well, revert the flight and do it again. How? That's right, the game is set to hard, which means no reverting to mission assembly, no quick saving, and no crew respawning. So Jeb is actually dead. Forever.
Oh.
But why is Jeb dead? Okay, class, sit down and buckle your fuckles. In this lesson, we're doing...
Buckle your fuckles. Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
aerodynamic stability, and what even is space anyway? So what actually happened? Well, if we rewind the video, you'll notice a minute and difficult to catch detail that led to Jeb's death. If you look really close, you can see he smashes into the water at several times the speed of sound.
Yeah, that would do it.
Interesting. But why? Passive aerodynamic stability. I want you to imagine a dart flying through the air. The dart can only point in one direction, forward. If you try throwing a dart backwards, it'll just go and point forwards again. This is because a dart has wings at the back and its mass at the front. The dart is passively stable when flying forwards and unstable when flying backwards. Similar situation with the late Obama Prism 2. The mass is concentrated towards the front of the vessel where the capsule is, and the little wings act to keep it stable in the forward direction. Unlucky for us, this direction also happens to make the capsule very aerodynamic, i.e. it doesn't slow down. As we re-entered the atmosphere, the little reaction wheel in the capsule kept it pointing backwards, but once the air got thicker, it pushed on the wings and forced the ship into a nosedive. Once in this position, the craft acts very much like a dart and doesn't slow down enough to open the parachute, ending with Jeb smacking straight into the water at twice the speed of sound. Rest in peace, Jeb.
R.I.P. Jeb.
Before Jeb met with the ocean at Mach 2, he managed to fly completely out of the atmosphere, topping out at over 100 kilometers.
Ooh.
In KSP, the atmosphere ends at exactly 70 kilometers. You can easily tell when you're there, because the music goes like... On Earth it's a little less clear-cut, because there are technically air molecules all the way up past 400 kilometers, but the generally agreed upon altitude that space begins is 100 kilometers, known as Kármán line. So why is this important? Well, we'd like to get to orbit eventually, which means we'll need to be traveling really fast in one direction. Air doesn't like it when you go through it really fast, so we avoid the air altogether by going up nice and high. Air doesn't reach higher up because Kerbal's gravity pulls it all down to the surface. Also, Kevin, please just be quiet next time. The class is trying to learn. I didn't say anything, bro. Shut up! Just shut up.
Poor Kevin. Also, fuck you, Kevin.
Second launch down. Less successful than the first, but we still made money. Jeb may be dead, but we got that bread.
Hey.
Next up, we're actually going to invest our research into better parts to avoid our previous mistakes. Our next rocket is even more powerful than Obama Prism 2. Obama Prism 3. I'll just cut to the chase.
3.
Obama Prism 3 didn't make it. To orbit, that is. Don't worry, Valentina is still alive.
Hey.
For now. We didn't have enough fuel to reach orbit, so we turned around, ditched the tank, and splashed down in the water. Without exploding.
Hey.
Very good. We didn't die. But we also didn't make it to orbit. Why?
Aw, boo. My god, not again.
Okay, class, keep those fuckles buckled. Today, we're learning basic orbital mechanics. Among some other things. First off, why do we shoot parts off the rocket? Why not instead just make a long noodly rocket that has all the fuel in a single tank? I'll tell you why. Mass. When these tanks are empty, they still contribute mass to the vessel. Hey, psst, hey, Kevin. What equation is Newton most famous for? That's right, force equals mass times acceleration. Oh yeah. If we do some high-level algebra, we can rearrange this and get acceleration is force divided by mass. When the mass is lower, the acceleration is higher. Thus, eliminating excess mass makes you go faster. Very nice. After ditching our first 3 solid rockets...
I feel like I'm a little bit like in a physics class, but like just a hint of math.
rocket booster stages, we get this special engine on our last stage. This is a liquid-fueled engine. Instead of burning a solid propellant, it mixes fuel and oxidizer inside the engine to create the hot gas.
Cool.
Liquid engines are much more efficient than solid boosters and can be throttled and even turned off. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, solid boosters can't be turned off. Once you start them, they go. And go. And go. Liquid-fueled engines are pretty cool, but they come with a price. Literally. Just the engine, without the fuel on this rocket, costs as much as all 3 of the solid rocket boosters combined. So solid boosters make economical sense for sections that don't need the greatest efficiency. The elephant in the room. No, not that elephant. He's purely ornamental. Our failure to reach orbit. Gravity. Gravity pulls at all objects with mass. Our spacecraft has mass, thus it is subject to gravity. Wow. Gravity pulls with a force depending on how far away from the body you are. If the mass and distance are kept constant, the force is also kept constant. Meaning, if you can generate enough force in the opposite direction, you can fly. Now, of course, there are many, many ways to... Dude, really? You're just gonna fucking stand there? Come on, dude. Get out of here, bro.
Clearly, the ornamental elephant doesn't like it when you tell it to piss off.
As I was saying, there are many, many ways to generate force. Wings, brakes, engines, parachutes, magnets, electric fields, mass, just straight up pushing on shit. You get the idea. But today we want to look at centripetal and centrifugal forces. Both of these forces exist when something is rotating. Well, technically centrifugal force doesn't actually exist, but I'll leave that as an exercise for you to explain. Answer in the comments. Do it now.
I don't know.
The common example is a ball on the end of a string. Centripetal force is the force that the string exerts on the ball, while centrifugal force is the force that the ball experiences in the opposite direction. Now, how does this relate to Obama Prism 3? Well, as you probably have experienced, the faster you spin a ball in a string, the harder it pulls away from you. This means that our imaginary centrifugal force is increasing. Once it goes past the force generated by gravity, we achieve orbit. But we didn't do that, so on to...
Launch 4.
For this mission, we're going with a complete redesign. We've ditched the Obama Prism nomenclature. We've ditched Obama Prism and moved on to casting couch. Oh, yep. It's got thicker thighs and more rocket juice for the liquid stage. Hopefully this time we'll reach orbit. Let's launch.
Well, it's going. That was a plus. I don't really know what you say here. Like, this is really cool. And I'm like, what do you say? Like, ooh, in space. Oh.
And would you look at that? An actual orbit.
Hey.
We've done it, lads. We'll be at Proxima Centauri in no time. But we're just about out of fuel, so we'll deorbit. Wow, would you look at that? It's hot. Very hot, in fact.
So am I. Sorry.
So hot that it's learning time. Friction. Friction is all around us. Have you ever walked? Friction. Moved in a car and then stopped moving in a car? Friction. Rub two metal plates together so hard they form a robust friction weld? Friction. That last one is important. It demonstrates how friction generates lots of heat. So tell me, Kevin, why is there a giant plasma flare around casting couch?
Friction?
Friction? Yes. In case you didn't realize, our craft is moving really, really fast. Over 2,000 meters per second, in fact, which translates to roughly 32,927 Big Macs stacked vertically every single second. Pretty quick.
Cool.
As you can imagine, this means we have lots of kinetic energy. If you've ever ridden a bike with disc brakes, you'd know that using the brakes converts your speed into heat within the brakes. Ah, fuck! Exact same principle here.
Why would you do that if you know that you've literally just gotten off your bike and you're like, oh, what does this feel like?
Just with much more speed. The amount of kinetic energy something has is related to the square of the velocity. This sounds kind of complicated, but it just means that when you double your speed, you quadruple your energy. So casting couch has a huge amount of energy. Hence, when it slows down, giant plasma flare. Nice.
Oh, fair enough.
In Launch 5, we did a quick shoot past the moon. We got some decent science, but it was boring. Now we're on Launch 6. The goal of Launch 6 is simple. Land on the moon, and come back. For this job, we have yet again created the most powerful rocket ever built. Obama Prism 4. This rocket uses 2 SRBs mounted to a large inner stage. The upper stage has a special liquid engine and a lot of fuel for it to drink. Let's launch.
Let's go! LFG! Ooh. Yay!
Ladies and gentlemen, we've done it.
Hey, we done it! We made it to the moon!
Tina hops out the pod and plants our first extraterrestrial flag. Yippee! What do we say in this great and profound moment? Do we honor the engineers and scientists that brought us here? Do we honor the late Obama Prism 2 and Jeb? Do we thank our pet goldfish for giving us the strength to continue when we needed it most? No. Instead, we carefully inscribed the plaque with PP. Poo-poo. Come. Astounding.
Future generations will remember us well, and any extraterrestrial life will remember us for those very heart-tugging words of pee-pee, poo-poo, come. I realize it's kind of cute just watching him go around space, just like, wee, I made it to space. I made it to the moon.
Okay, I'm bored. Let's go home.
Oh man, he was having such a great time. Nobody makes it. Yay! Woohoo!
And there we have it. We went to the moon and didn't die.
Yay!
But how?
What how?
No, that's enough. I would do the next lesson, but it looks like we're out of time. And more importantly, I'm getting a little sick of it. So it looks like we'll have to wait for next episode. That's right, there will be another episode. But you might need to wait. In the meantime, subscribe to my channel. Now,
Okay.
all of the career gameplay in this video is
Only if you subscribe to mine. Thank you.
taken from YouTube live streams I've been doing. This video only covered what happened in my first stream. As of recording, I've actually done 4, but to be perfectly honest, they're basically the same as the first one. If you desperately need to watch them, they can all be found in the KSP Streams section on the Discord. The next streams I do will involve other planets and going to them, so stay posted for that.
Cool.
I'll also be doing KSP weapons development streams, where you can send in your crafts and I'll have them fight each other. If this sounds interesting to you, join the Discord. I'll make a KSP craft channel that you can stick them in. Just remember to read the craft submission guidelines before submitting it. Please. If this doesn't sound interesting to you, join the Discord anyway. So that does it. KSP. The best space game. Join my Discord, watch my piss-covered streams, and contribute to the downfall of...
You piss in your streams? I don't know why that was the thing I ended on. Anyway, that was good. That was really good. I had a good time. Hi. Thank you so much for checking out the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking and commenting. And if you'd like to see future videos, please consider subscribing. If you want to catch me on social media, you can find me at all these lovely places. And if you want to catch me live, you can find me on twitch.tv/Vyxenova. Thank you so much for checking out the video, and I'll catch you all next time. Excuse me.